Now, the headline in sport in Catalonia. Go ahead for Neymar, but not for Mbappe, connected to a potential move to Barcelona. Lots of speculation about the future of both of PSG's star players. Let's get the latest thoughts from Jules and Sid. Jules, start with you. How do you read this situation with both players at the moment?
I think it's very simple. In Paris, at the club, they're getting ready for what should be a very animated summer. And once again, we know very much that there will be a lot of rumors, a lot of allegations, maybe a lot of talks. And at the club, they're pretty clear. The door was open for Neymar last summer. I believe it will still be open this summer. And if Barcelona can find the money, and we're talking probably around 150 million euros, then they might well find an agreement. For Mbappe, on the other hand, the door was closed last summer and the summer before, and the door will be closed this summer again. That doesn't mean that Mbappe can't try to force out a move or I don't know, whatever, and Real Madrid can still come and make an offer or a few offers. But PSG are saying, Neymar, maybe, but Mbappe is not going anywhere this summer. And we know that there's a new deal on the table offered by PSG for Mbappe, that Mbappe and his parents will look into at the end of the season. They might decide to sign it, they might not decide to sign it, and that will also have an influence on the future, on the short future of Kylian Mbappe at the club. But right now, PSG are adamant that he's not going to go anywhere, whereas for Neymar, it's a different story.
Sid, how do you see it? Are we going to see Neymar at Barcelona and Mbappe at Madrid come the start of the new season?
Well, Jules has just said it there, if Barcelona can find the money. And at the moment, they can't. They don't have that money. They know that the players, or some of the players, want Neymar to come. They know that Neymar wants to come. And I think that they think, politically at least, that it might help them to sign him. But they haven't got the money to make this happen. And they particularly haven't got the money to make this happen if they're also going to go and pursue Lautaro Martinez, which is what they say they want to do. And so what are they going to do? Well, they're probably going to do what we saw a glimpse of during this winter window, and we're probably going to do what we saw them try to do in the summer but were unable to do, which is to try and sell players, to try and use sales to generate money to bring new players in. But frankly, you look at the squad right now, and there's not enough sale value. There is not enough there to make this happen. So how Barcelona make this happen, I don't know. Will they try? I think they will. But I'm not sure that they'll try hard enough. Remember what Messi said back in August or September after the window closed? He said, yes, Barcelona tried to get Neymar, but I don't know if they tried hard enough.
Jules, how about potentially Antoine Griezmann being thrown in and making the move to Paris to help facilitate the move of Neymar?
That could potentially be an option from the Barcelona side, although I'm not really sure that in Paris they would see that as a positive or as a good option for them. I mean, if they sell Neymar, they would want to replace him by someone who has a similar profile. For example, a Jadon Sancho, which I think a lot of people at the club are really keen on, like a lot of other clubs, and that a lot of people in Paris see as a very good replacement for Neymar if Neymar was to leave. But I agree with Sid right now, and in Paris they know this as well. They know that Barcelona right now don't have the money. They also know that for Real Madrid, if they want to make an offer and want to make the Mbappe deal, they will need to find a lot of money as well over there, because Mbappe won't come cheap at all. So it will be a game of poker once again this summer, like we saw with Neymar, Barca and PSG last summer. I'm just not sure exactly what the outcome will be yet.
Sid, Mbappe to Madrid. There seems to be growing disharmony, let's call it that, between Mbappe and Thomas Tuchel.
That's certainly what Madrid want to think. Madrid are very keen on this. They've watched this happen. They believe that every single time there's some sort of confrontation, or every time there's a hint of a relationship not being as good as it should be, they're thinking this is great. This is another step towards us. Now, obviously, the other thing, as Jules mentioned there, is the situation with Mbappe's contract at Paris Saint-Germain. And Madrid, of course, are behind the scenes trying to say to him, look, when they offer you a new contract, don't take it. Because the best way to be able to get a player out of a club that doesn't want to sell him is for that player's contract to come to an end, or to go into those final sort of 18 months or so at which the club thinks, actually, maybe we should let this happen now. And until that happens, I don't think Madrid can do this. Look, there's a really good lesson in all of this, a really good example, which is the signing of Eden Hazard. Real Madrid signed him this summer for 100 million euros because he was in the last year of his deal. They've been trying for 3 years. You can't just go and buy anyone you want anymore, even if you are Real Madrid.
Jules, are PSG nervous? How nervous are they that they could be losing Mbappe?
They're quite confident in what they're briefing us. Leonardo has brought a lot of discipline back to the club, and he's quite confident that his relationship with Mbappe and the Mbappe family is good enough, and that Mbappe, who, let's not forget, just turned 21 2 months ago. So it's not like if he was coming to the end of his career and that his dream that he's always talked about to play for Real Madrid one day was maybe not being possible. He still has so many years ahead of him to one day come to the Bernabeu that in Paris they said to him, listen, take your time, you can still stay here in France, in Paris, improve, keep your progress, learn a lot, get some experience, get some maturity, whatever, and then you make the switch at some point. They're under no illusion that one day Kylian Mbappe will play for Real Madrid. They just don't want it to be this summer or not in a near future.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.